boxing rings are square.
Yeah. That's why they're called boxing rings.
I thought that was because they were Canadian.
What?
Boxing Day.
I thought that was a British holiday.
We're all over the place today.
Oh, we're really fucking starting off strong.
Welcome to Pop Culture Partisans on the We the People Podcast Network, brought to you by WeThePeoplePodcastNetwork.com.
Yeah. Buy a shirt.
Woo!
Really fucking I don't know about you, but I'm just like really tired and
it's because it's sunny and it's been nice in Rochester for the first time in 30 years.
Is that why I haven't been able to sleep?
Yeah, like the sun is actually visible in the sky.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing.
No, I'm done with it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm tired of it.
The weekend's gonna bring thunderstorms and rain.
Good.
And you'll get some good rest. So
good.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it.
To it.
Yeah.
But we're here for another week.
Yep.
Whatever you're doing out there, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, this is you're what makes this all possible.
We're all counting on you.
Exactly.
According to Tom.
That's what he says. I'm sure no one is watching today because they're all out enjoying the weather.
I was thinking about that too.
You could I think most people watch it after the fact anyway. They don't watch it live.
No.
Yeah.
Who has time to schedule anything in this world?
Right. Like it's 6 o'clock on a Wednesday. Shut the fuck up. I gotta go watch Pop Culture Partisans.
Yeah. Naturally. I mean, that's what I do on 6 o'clock on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Not a minute sooner.
Not a minute sooner. No, you show up, like 5:59, that door bursts open.
I'm here.
Yeah.
That's why the bottom glass is broken out.
You just put your foot through it.
Too excited.
Like
I just kept in step as I crossed the threshold and the door was still closed.
Yeah, never break stride.
Nope. Never do.
No, ever.
Never do.
No, you shouldn't.
I got a couple more things for you here.
Okay, go.
If you have a bunch of odds and ends and you get rid of all but just one, what do you call it?
An odd.
Okay. How can a slim chance and a fat chance be the same thing?
Oh, because they're both undesirable.
And how does a building burn up as it burns down?
I heard someone say something was like straight up, and then what was the opposite? It was like something down, and it meant the same thing.
It's wild.
Yeah,
kind of like how your alarm can go off by turning on.
Yeah. Whoa, crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Wordplay.
Yeah, it's good, clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sour cream is just expired milk. It's actually not on the list. It was just a thought I had.
Yeah. I think it's sour milk. I mean, I guess like expired cream would be sour cream.
Well, sour cream has an expiration date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it becomes even more sour.
Do you know what's going on in the world today?
Making your way in the world today sure can take a lot.
I actually only make my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound.
Finding a place to drown your worries sure can help a lot.
Living La Vida Loca.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I was doing the Cheers theme song.
Oh, where everybody knows my name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Making your way in the world today.
I thought you were just,
no.
I didn't watch that growing up. I was born in the 90s.
I was one of the earliest Netflix people, like with the streaming. Like I started with the DVDs.
Oh yeah.
And one of the first shows that was available to stream was Cheers.
Huh.
And so I watched all of Cheers.
All right. Here's a question for you. Three's Company or Cheers?
I've never watched Three's Company, so Cheers.
Okay. Yeah. Happy Days or Cheers?
Cheers. Although what I would put above Cheers? Frasier.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Still holds up today.
Yes.
I would argue
that was a spin-off of Cheers.
Better than Seinfeld.
They're very different.
Really?
Yes.
See, I don't think so. They strike the same nerve with me.
Okay. I don't know. Seinfeld is so much more cynical, I think.
Yeah.
Whereas Frasier has like an earnestness.
Yeah, and I guess you have to pay more attention to Frasier.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seinfeld, I don't pay attention to, and it's syndicated.
Yeah.
So you can just like watch an episode here and there.
Frasier never really got that sort, even though it has like as many episodes.
Yeah.
Like in fact, I think more. It had 11 seasons of
Sure.
Frasier.
Jeez.
I don't think it has the same like record because it's not as like quotable.
Sure.
You know, there's no soup for you.
Right.
My favorite Frasier episode actually, it was like split into like 3. I think the episode is called 3 Valentines, and the opening segment has no dialogue. It's just this like 7-minute, like physical comedy bit with Niles.
Yeah.
And it's terrific. Yeah. But nowadays, now I watch more modern television programming. Right now I'm watching. Yeah, see, I'm about to segue the shit out of this. Twin Peaks.
Wonderful restaurant.
Twin Peaks?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's like Hooters.
Oh.
I don't know if they have any up here. Last time I went to one was down in Mississippi.
What, Hooters?
No, at Twin Peaks.
There's actually a restaurant called Twin Peaks? I don't think that's accurate.
100%.
What? There's a restaurant called Twin Peaks?
Yeah, it's like Hooters.
I thought you were making a joke about boobs.
Well, that's the joke.
Yeah, but there's a restaurant called Twin Peaks? Are you sure?
100%. I've been to them a bunch of times.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
man. That focus was on point.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. When did the restaurant, when was that founded?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been to one in probably 7 or 8 years, so it's been a long time before that.
Okay, well, the show is 30 years old, so I'm wondering if it was.
No, it has nothing to do with the show.
Right. But I'm surprised they could name it that. Because the show was big.
It's almost stylized the same way.
Yeah.
The name of the show and the restaurant, where they're all capital letters and they all follow the same 2-line frame.
That's so bizarre. I've never even heard of Twin Peaks. Is it a regional thing?
It might be. Like I said, it was down in Mississippi the last time I went to one.
Okay. Yeah, I had never heard of that.
They have 29-degree beer.
Oh, okay.
It shouldn't be humanly possible.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But it is.
Yeah.
If you're out there, Twin Peaks, sponsor us.
Oh, absolutely. Now that I know you exist, for sure.
You have titties and cold beer.
That's what I like.
That's what Ted likes.
It is what
we
Ted
follow
likes.
the book of Ted.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Oh, you got titties and beer. Oh, okay.
Nice.
Nice. We should have your dad on sometime.
We should.
That'd be fun.
I
don't think he'd understand. I don't think he'd be natural with this.
What, like our show specifically?
Well, just in front of like a camera speaking into a microphone.
Yeah.
It would take a little bit.
I'm sure.
We'd have to do like a 5 to 6 episode, but like not air it and then come on and do the
I
6
almost feel like he would do better on Jose's show.
Oh, yeah. Talking with Lavelle?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he would. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Gosh, look at this. Look at their like advertisements.
Oh my goodness.
Still looking at
it's Twin Peaks.
Oh man, you are not 2022 Twin Peaks.
No.
Look at this.
I'm about it. I'd like, look at that. They got titties and beer in the same shot. That's incredible.
It's like almost a better Hooters.
Probably.
And
Hooters is pretty mediocre.
Yeah. I dated a girl that worked there that actually I met down at the one in Mississippi for like the weirdest amount of time. And she said she really liked working there.
Oh, okay.
So I'm with it.
At Hooters or Twin Peaks?
Twin Peaks.
Okay.
She didn't work at Hooters. And she had only worked at one other restaurant. So she didn't have a ton to compare it to. I think that restaurant was Olive Garden.
Okay.
But she did not like Olive Garden.
Who
She told me
does?
that very specifically because I recommended that we go there. She's like, no. Don't want to go to Olive Garden. Anyways,
because it's garbage.
so the non-titty, non-beer Twin Peaks.
Oh man, I totally derailed me from that train of thought.
I can't believe you've never been to Twin Peaks. That seems like a Book of Ted thing.
I think it might be some regional thing. I don't like, as I've never seen one. I've been all up and down the East Coast.
My brother-in-law loves it.
In where are they now?
Virginia. I don't know. I mean,
was that like a North Dakota thing?
No, like I said, it was only in Mississippi that we went. Yeah. But I swear
I was
there's.
trying to think of where your brother-in-law would have.
You know what's really funny? Twin Peaks is coming to Beaver Creek.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about it.
There's apparently locations in Mexico as well, which I just assume are the best Twin Peaks locations.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yep. I'm with it. Yep. Go to Twin Peaks with Ted.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Jose.
Hell yeah.
I know. We just stopped. We both stopped talking. Dead air. Have to read what Jose said.
Yeah.
Croutons are expired bread.
Oh, see, Jose, he was
what a revelation.
But absolutely.
Well, yeah, I'm down. We can go to Mexico, Twin Peaks. You can be a franchisee of Twin Peaks.
I mean, my dad has a big travel trailer that would definitely be big enough to set up some sort of.
I say we just politically correcting across the map.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be about it.
Politically erecting.
I feel like we need to get like a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the Chinook, which is super racist.
Chinook. It does sound that way.
Austin, for anyone that doesn't know, Austin has a trailer, or not a trailer, rather, RV motorhome, a very small motorhome, about the size of a small school bus.
Yeah.
That's called a Chinook. I believe it's a Dodge.
Yes.
It sounds like a racist word.
It totally does.
Chinook, which the spelling actually, I think, makes it worse.
Probably.
Chinook, like, oh man, look at that Chinook over there.
You can make anything sound if you put that.
But Chinook has a connotation to it.
It does, even though like
doesn't mean anything.
No one has ever actually used that as a racial slur.
I mean, I have.
Well, yeah. But I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
You don't know who I said it to.
Yeah, but now I'm driving it around with it written on the side of my RV. Drive past it. Hey, someone called me that the other day.
You know, I would like to make that a racial slur.
Then repaint my RV.
If I was part of the global elite.
Yeah.
Here's the Lavelle conspiracy theory.
Okay.
If I was part of the global elite, I would turn that into a global slur, like a racial slur globally.
There you go.
For like people, not for any specific race. Spigots.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what? I can tell you why that sounds more racist to Jose specifically, but
because it rhymes with bigot.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
What else could it be? I don't know.
Hillary Duff's in the news.
Okay.
She poses naked and talks about body acceptance and motherhood. Does anybody care about Hillary Duff anymore?
Who gives a fuck?
She says it was scary to pose nude, according to People magazine, but felt strong and beautiful.
Cool.
She was Lizzie McGuire, everybody remember, on the Disney Channel.
Yeah. She played Sharon Tate in a straight-to-video.
Anybody that's been in, like the Disney Kids production or like been a preteen or teenager on Disney, have they turned out okay? Has any of them? Because they all seem messed up to me. Right, you got to think about it.
Yeah, no,
like,
I'm
well,
no. You got Christy Carlson Romano. She disappeared.
She's married to somebody.
Is she?
Yeah.
Because impossible.
She was also Ren Stevens.
Yeah.
Stevens, which
she was also the first voice actor for Aerith from Final Fantasy VII.
What?
In Kingdom Hearts.
No kidding.
The first Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
She's married to Brendan Rooney.
Okay.
He's a producer.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Mandy Moore. I think Mandy Moore still pops up in things.
you brought up Kirstie Carlson Romano, and that brought me to Shia LaBeouf, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
prime example of just off the rails.
He was successful for a while. I think his success trail went longer than most.
Sure.
Um,
He is like narcissist central.
yeah,
I just don't understand Shia LaBeouf. I don't understand his like.
he's a cannibal.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just don't understand what motivates him, other than like a inflated sense of self-worth.
You know,
Nothing.
I
That's it.
guess you could say it's the. Let's segue again. Here we go. You ready?
Justin Timberlake. There you go.
Oh yeah. There you go. But I would say Shia LaBeouf is suffering under the unbearable weight of massive talent, which was the movie I saw this afternoon.
Oh, okay. So this is Nicolas Cage is Nick Cage.
Yeah.
This is that movie that Nicolas Cage plays Nick.
Yes. And so you've heard about it.
I have heard about it.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me by the look in your eyes. Do I hate it or do I love it?
I liked it.
Okay, I hate it.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I heard about this premise. So let me
Okay.
preface with all that I know about this.
Okay, go ahead.
I heard about this, and it was Nicolas Cage has become such a meme in pop culture that it's meta,
Mhm.
and that's the joke.
You
Is
know,
that the movie?
No, I think it's smarter than that. Like, it's not just like, it's not like, the line, huh? Like, how like a movie could be dumb and like just like reference
Sure.
things. It doesn't do that.
Because that's what it made it seem like in the clips that I saw. It was like, look, Nick Cage is Nick Cage, and he knows that he's a meme, and he knows that his movies are really shitty unless they're not.
Right.
Because there's only like a handful of Nick Cage movies that aren't shitty, but then there's a lot of them that are.
Oh, he's been in a lot of movies. I think he has a lot of good movies.
Right.
Yeah.
But he also has even more shittier movies.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I think
it's a numbers game for him.
Yes. And this like movie does like comments on that.
Well, and he plays one character.
Oh, I don't think that's true either.
Really?
Yep.
I do.
Okay, I don't.
I think Gone in 60 Seconds and his
like National Treasure?
Like that character is like the same character.
That character is the same character.
And then
I'm not saying he's never played the same character in
I think he
movies.
has about two.
Oh,
he has Nick Cage and Nicolas Cage.
I don't know if I agree with that. I actually think he has some range.
And he also has what's his actual name? Capella.
What?
He's Francis Coppola's nephew.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he changed his name because he didn't want to be associated with it.
Okay.
Well, he did not want to be associated with it, but Nicolas Cage changed his name to Nicolas Cage so that he wouldn't be accused of
nepotism.
I was gonna say narcissism, but
well, I think
that too.
I think that ship sailed.
So the unbearable weight of massive talent.
Yes.
Why the words unbearable and massive? I get unbearable.
Yeah.
But massive?
I think it's like a rolls off the tongue type
I like
situation.
Like there's so many better adjectives to. I'm nitpicking here.
You're picking nits.
But massive, is it because of the word length and it's almost the same size as talent?
Yeah.
I think they had that thought.
Absolutely.
I want to know if they had that thought. Give me Nick Cage on the phone.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was good. I liked it.
Okay. Was Nicolas Cage Nick Cage?
Yeah. Like, and like it was self-aware.
I want to see that Christian Bale is Chris Bale.
Yeah.
Get the fuck off my set!
What are you doing?
Anyways.
Yeah.
So this movie came out and it's a watchable movie or it's not?
Well, I already said I liked it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's watchable.
I don't know what you mean by that.
I mean, like, is it a easy watch? Is it fun watch?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
like did you have a good time?
So like there is that structure of like it being self-aware and all that,
Sure.
but it also works in and of itself. You know what I mean? Like there's a plot
Sure.
and a structure that is its own thing.
Oh,
like-
so it's not like the Star Wars thing where it just interjects jokes every now and then just for the sake of trying to have comedic value?
No, all the humor kind of works within its. It never breaks character,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Okay, sure.
So
So what is this movie though? Because you still haven't told me what this movie
So the plot of
actually
this
is.
movie is Nicolas Cage gets hired to like attend some rich guy's like birthday party.
Is this Nicolas Cage?
So he plays Nicolas Cage in the movie.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So he, as Nicolas Cage, is struggling to find like a mainstream movie. You know,
Okay.
he's kind of doing like these like Redbox whatevers, you know.
Which I guess, yeah, he kind of did. and
Right.
They're all shitty.
Right.
and,
So
yeah,
like that's
Willy's Wonderland and
that right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And that's
okay.
like,
okay, I'm with it.
Yes. And so he, you know, and famously Nicolas Cage has like massive debts and shit.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. So when I was in London, we one of the tours are like, oh, Nicolas Cage owned that house, but he had to sell it recently. And that's how I became aware of like Nicolas Cage's like debt and shit.
Okay.
So he gets offered $1 million to go to some like rich guy's birthday party.
And he's like, fuck yeah.
And he's like, well, he's like
Reluctant, I'm sure.
yes, because he used to be a movie star, you know, and so there's that like
Okay.
thing, and he's like, now I'm going to fucking rich guys' birthday parties, you know,
Sure.
to get paid, you know. But anyway, he ends up actually like connecting with the rich guy.
Yeah.
But then he finds out that the rich guy like runs a drug cartel. And it becomes like this like crazy kidnapping plot. Like the cartel kidnaps the president of whatever country's daughter to rig an election.
Oh my god.
And Nicolas Cage gets like wrapped up in this like thing, but he's still Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't want to get any more into like the plot than that.
Oh, so he spent an hour on Reddit and now he's seen the light.
Maybe I don't know, but like he produced the movie, I guess. Like, and I think I was told that he actually wanted to cast somebody else as Nicolas Cage.
See, actually, that was my first thought when the poster showed up on the screen here, was that I think it almost would be funnier to have Nicolas Cage be the producer and have somebody else play Nicolas Cage. That would almost be more meta, but I kind of like it the opposite way now that I've heard about what the story is.
Yeah.
So, but I understand where he's coming from saying that.
Yeah, but there's this like alternate personality that sort of like keeps popping up throughout the movie, like telling him like, no, you're a movie star. And it's like a de-aged Nicolas Cage with like this like crazy hair.
Okay.
Like this like long 90s hair. Basically looking like Con Air Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
He's like, no, you're a movie star. You can't be doing this. Whoa. And you know,
Nice.
and Nicolas Cage is like, no, I got a daughter and shit. Like I gotta pay my bills.
I like how it seems like you're saying that it's portraying the genuine Nicolas Cage as like reasonable and sensible.
Yeah.
When you know he's not.
Yeah.
You know he's ridiculous.
Well, I think that's what the other like thing is playing up. Like the younger Nicolas Cage that pops up is like the perception of Nicolas Cage.
No, but I think actually that's actually the reality. I
mean, you know, because he clearly is in debt. And like, so yeah, that's all real.
Yeah.
You know, so he probably is some level of crazy, but apparently he is self-aware enough to like do this. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I don't know. I think it had a heart.
Do you
like
think
it didn't feel like just like you were like when you went into you were like expecting it to be a meme like
You're right.
cash grab.
That's
And
what I assumed.
I don't think it is that.
Do you think peyote was involved in the making of this film?
Only because of the one scene where they do peyote.
Do they?
Well, they do LSD.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Without having seen
during
the
the script writing scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Really?
Yes.
Oh fuck.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Absolutely. I could have written this movie.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I don't know. I think it works. Like it is what it is, and it's I think it comes from a genuine place.
Okay.
Because I think you're right.
Is it
that it could have went to like
Mimi
and like it never distracts from itself.
He is a terrible actor. I'm telling you, he doesn't have range.
I do think he has range. I think he can be a good actor.
Yeah, I disagree. But is it a movie that you go see? Is it a movie you rent, or is it a movie you wait? Or is it a movie you just never see? I think I know your opinion, but
I had no problem like seeing it, like going to see it. I thought that was it was a good time. I went with my cousin, and we laughed, multiple times throughout the movie. It was,
3 to 4 or 7 to 9.
What do you mean?
Laughs. Audible chuckles.
Audible laughs like 3 to 4.
Okay.
There are multiple things that I thought were really clever, but they didn't like elicit like ha-has. You know what I mean?
Well, to be fair, I only ever 2-syllable laugh.
Yeah.
Ha ha.
That was 2 syllables. What I
well,
did.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, but I find a lot of things clever, and it's just like,
yeah. But there's a lot of that.
Yeah,
like there's a lot of like,
yeah.
And then there were a couple scenes that were we like actually like laughed.
It's like the brown mark after you stick your face in poop. It's on the nose.
Why would you stick your face in poop?
Listen, it's besides the point.
But, I feel like your metaphor is troubled at best.
Yes. Speaking of troubled at best.
Yeah.
Have you seen Sonic 2?
No, I refuse to see Sonic 2.
The hedgehogging?
Why, have you?
No, I haven't. But I want to know. I've been seeing a variety of things about it.
Yeah.
And I just want to know what people think about it. So
it's a weirdly popular like critics like to audience thing where it's like got like a 65% tomato meter, but like a 90 something audience meter.
Well, so I've been seeing actually things in a little bit more of a deep dive that talks about the characters and how they're actually done well.
I don't believe you.
Not right. And that was my thought, not the human characters, but necessarily but they introduced Tails and Knuckles in this.
Yep.
And from what I've seen, people like how they're portrayed.
I don't get it.
And
I've seen enough like about it to where I'm like, no, that sounds bad.
But it seems like there was a lot of care taken in how they portray the characters in this. In that there's like callbacks to like a Sonic X and like the OVA and stuff like that.
I've heard about all those references, and to me, that sounds like what you were afraid Massive Talent was, where it's just reference. It's just huh.
Yeah, but they're so obscure that I don't think people like. They seem like they're a callback that no one would understand.
But this still just a reference.
Sure, but I guess it's kind of like at least they looked at the source material
so they put that reference into a generic.
At least they looked at the source material.
I like fucking Halo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, but it's still just a reference.
Sure,
if that makes sense. I haven't seen Sonic 2. Maybe it's better than that. I don't fucking know.
I think
Sonic 1 was so fucking terrible.
Right. And I think the problem is actually the Sonic movie would be a great movie if it was just Sonic.
Yeah.
Like, just give me Sonic.
Right. Set it in Green Hill.
I don't need James Marsden.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's my problem. I don't care how good, because if it's a continuation of this Sonic, I don't like this Sonic.
Fair enough.
He's a child. Is Sonic a child? I didn't think Sonic was a child.
So I think that's a little heavy-handed in the way they portray him, but I think he's meant to just be immature, which is portrayed as childlike. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but so to me, Sonic was always like a teenager, like a cool, like that's what he was supposed to be.
I attributed no age value to him.
Right. I guess I never thought about it explicitly before. I guess I'm sort of retconning my viewpoint of him.
How old do you think Mario is?
Mario's like 40.
That's what I always thought too.
Yeah.
But like, what does that make Princess Peach?
Like also 40.
Early 30s?
Yeah. In her 30s. They're both adults.
What does that make Bowser? 70?
Yeah, like 60.
Yeah, like, yeah. Oh, gross.
Oh, pretty Peach.
He kidnapped Peach to rape her.
Yeah, I think there at some point something alleged that the Koopalings are peaches.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't.
Some form of Nintendo something, I think, made that claim.
So we'll see. I'll bring up this question later on when you see the Mario movie.
Chris Pratt?
Yeah, and you'll have to tell me what you thought was worse, because by then you'll have seen Sonic 2.
I will not see Sonic 2.
You won't watch it even if it's on like.
No, I refuse to support it in any way.
I'll watch it. Why?
Because I hate the first one. I hate it. I do not want it to continue.
Yeah, but like you can love Tails.
No.
I love
Tails. Fuck these movies.
I love Tails.
These soulless cash grab pieces of shit.
I don't think this is necessary, because at least they looked at the source material.
That's nonsense.
I agree. I don't know.
It all feels placaty. Like
I understand what you're saying.
Like Ready Player One.
I don't think this movie's as bad as you think it is.
I hate the first movie.
Yeah, but so
I refuse to see this one.
Yeah, but like you saw
I don't want
Star Wars.
Yeah, I will not see another one though. If it's more of the same like garbage, I just don't want it. I don't want it anymore. And you know, I've reached a point where like even watching the train wreck isn't fun anymore. Like I just don't want to support these things.
Yeah, but I just don't think Sonic 2 is that bad. I don't know because I haven't seen it, so I'll have to go see it.
Everything I've heard about it confirms, and by the way, it could just be like confirmation bias.
Sure.
Everything I hear about it makes me go, ugh.
I agree. The scenes that I've seen from it, because there's enough scenes, floating around YouTube and stuff. The scenes that include any real humans are awful.
Yeah. And I don't know. Even the stuff I've seen of Knuckles doesn't impress me or look good to me.
Well, the Sonic universe is very shallow but deep.
Yeah.
There's like they tried to do the Goku thing where they kept trying to bring new villains in and then make him his friend.
Yeah.
Like it's almost beat for beat Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Knuckles is Piccolo and Shadow is Vegeta.
Right.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
100%.
And Metal Sonic is the androids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that they don't matter anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Metal Sonic was meant to be like the main bad, like moving forward.
Oh yes, but he's Sonic CD, I think.
And then Dr. Robotnik is the Red Ribbon Army.
Yeah. And that they just won't let it die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and he's Dr. Eggman or something. I don't understand.
Yeah, he's Jim Carrey's version is a Robotnik.
Did you know that in Sonic Adventure 2, when Shadow yells Maria, that's Maria Robotnik?
Yes.
I did not know that until
that's the backstory. That's the whole story of Sonic Adventure 2.
I didn't pay it. I skipped the cups.
Robotnik's grandfather.
Yeah.
I think Maria is the Robotnik aunt who died. Because Shadow was frozen like 50 years before.
Right.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. I'm glad I just played those games. I didn't think too much about them.
I Sonic Adventure 2 specifically, I played I actually do know like the story of that game.
When you play it for thousands of hours, you just end up absorbing the material.
Yeah.
I don't know. What if is there going to be a Sonic 3 with Shadow?
Yes, they teased it. It's the post-credits scene.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
See, you've been looking at it.
Yeah, I have enough information to know that I wouldn't like it.
You wouldn't like Sonic 3
or Sonic 2.
I want to see this. I didn't know that.
That's you can look it up. You can see that there's a shot of like Shadow in like a frozen in like a
what?
in like a thing. Yeah,
because Shadow is easily the best character.
I love Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Well, the game.
I have a soft spot for the game, even though it's not good.
Sure.
Yeah.
I actually think narratively the story's okay.
Yeah.
The gameplay's abysmal.
I love the moral ambiguity of like the like really over the top moral ambiguity of it. Like, light, dark. I don't care for either. Grayness. Like that all, you know, tickles me just right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maria.
Let me
What is this name?
Let me sit on a bridge and soul.
Shadow. Sonic.
Well, he knows his name is Shadow.
I think at the start of Shadow the Hedgehog, he has even more amnesia and doesn't know his name is Shadow.
Of course.
Yeah. Shadow. Is that me?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Have you found the screenshot of him?
Yep, I'm seeing it. Oh, that's upsetting.
Okay, sorry. I got distracted by Jose's question here. First off, he asks, who had the best video game movie?
There are none.
There are like two. And they're not American. One, I would say the Castlevania TV series.
It's not a movie.
It's not a movie. I know. Sorry, that's more of an honorable mention.
Sure.
In the same category, I would put Arcane, I guess. But I guess movie, like I saw one called Dofus. It was animated by a French studio.
Pronounced doofus.
No, there's only one O.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you say the word do?
Oh fuck. Yep. That one wasn't bad. Really good animation.
Sure.
And then
Persona 4, the animation was really good.
Oh yeah.
Persona 5 is not.
No. Even though I really like the game Persona 5.
Yeah, I agree. And I actually don't hate Persona 5, the animation, but it's so much worse than Persona 4.
I will
Anyhow.
Honorable mention. I also like, even though it's a bad movie, I like it. The first Tomb Raider movie with Angelina Jolie.
Tom Raider?
Tom Raider, yeah.
Yeah.
Lara Croft, Tom Raider.
Why he hasn't done anything with that? I don't know.
I have no, like, that's so.
Maybe he's making enough money.
Who, Tom Raider?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that movie, even though it's not good.
Yeah, it is not good.
Oh, you know what's not actually, you know what is actually a solid movie? Detective Pikachu.
I knew you were going to say that. I almost brought that up. You know what I think is the best video game movie? The first Last of Us.
Just the game?
The game. Yep.
You're not talking about the upcoming HBO series?
No, I'm talking about if you just watch the cutscenes to The Last of Us.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's a solid movie.
Yeah.
Don't need to play the game.
Yeah, you know, the gameplay is the most mediocre part of that.
Yeah, I got about 3/4 of the way through the game, and then I just I didn't have time to finish it, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch all the cutscenes. It's like an hour and a half.
Oh, I think the cutscene, like
maybe I watched the expedited version.
I was gonna say maybe you just watched the last hour and a half.
I watched about an hour and a half.
It's like 6 hours of stuff.
I watched about an hour and a half of the cutscenes, and I got the entire story.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like I missed out on anything. And everything there was continuity to all of it.
Yeah, it's good.
There are no video game movies that are quality.
No,
I
think that's what, and you know what, that might be what annoys me most about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
What
is that? It's not that bad, but people act like it's the first good, like really, like people for some reason really like the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. And I don't get it.
Sure, I understand your point. I guess it's because I have not seen anybody that's like over the moon about them.
Oh, looking at watch the trailer and look in the comments. And they're all like, "Oh, it's so good! Oh, they finally did justice to the Bubba."
But also, like, Sonic is a shitty character.
Yeah,
Like, he always has been. And look at like what they tried to do with him in the 2000s and early 2010s.
Sonic is a triumph of character design.
Yeah. Character development, on the other hand, has been an abysmal failure.
That's why he's so inconsistent.
Right.
Also, I'm not sure. Did I call out Jose for calling Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles a video game movie? Because it's not.
Yeah, no, that wasn't a video game. Yeah, to start out with.
To start out with, like video game was like the fourth medium that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles inhabited.
Though I will say the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Super Nintendo game, Turtles in Time, is one of the best games.
Yeah. You know what I also really like? Hyperstone Heist. The
Genesis one. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Both of those 32-bit or the 16-bit and that era are really good. They came out with one. It's similar to like how those games play. There's a newer one, but it's in the style of like the Nickelodeon ones. It's not as good, but the Nickelodeon TMNT.
Yeah.
But any of those like side-scrolling beat 'em ups are phenomenal.
Yeah, I like them a lot. The Streets of Rage like type.
My hands-down favorite is The Simpsons.
The
Simpsons arcade game.
My favorite of those like style games is River City Girls.
Oh yeah.
River City Girls.
Kunio-kun.
Yeah. Kunio-kun.
Yeah. I have all of those Famicom cartridges.
Nice. I have a physical copy of River City Girls.
Well, and part of that was because that's what Crash and the Boys was, and that was one of my favorite NES games, and that was the game that I remember playing. And when I say playing as a kid, I remember like hitting the buttons on my NES, but like I never could beat it.
No.
So I finally went back like years later and beat it on the NES.
Yeah, I've been meaning to play River City Ransom. I think it's
phenomenal.
Yeah, it's really good.
But I love that art style, the pixel, the square blocky guys, and I always remember like playing Crash and the Boys Street Challenge. You could be Todd, and Todd was always a little bit better than Crash, but like he had a slightly lower stamina bar or something that. Oh yeah. It's like just the colors of it, everything really worked in that. I'm trying to think of the developer of that. They're owned by Arc System Works now.
Yes. I think Way Forward produces some of the newer ones. The developer Way Forward. And they're really good. I forget who. Are they Tecmo?
That might be who it was.
Yeah.
Technos Japan. Yeah. And then they're handled by Arc System Works now, who purchased all of the intellectual property.
Nice. Arc System Works is pretty good too.
They do some pretty good stuff. I don't like any of the stuff that they've ever done that's been first party, like that they haven't acquired.
I've heard really good things about Guilty Gear. People like really
but they didn't create Guilty Gear.
Did they not? I thought that was one of their. Okay, then maybe I have no idea. I don't know.
No, Guilty Gear they purchased that from somebody, but I can't remember who it was.
I'm not huge into the like fighting game scene. So a lot of that
Sure.
All I know is that I won't support SNK because SNK was purchased by the Saudi royal family, who are actual monsters.
I'm fine with that. I never really cared for SNK's what, Street Fighter?
No, no, not even Street. That's Capcom. I want to say, did they do King of Fighters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, no, SNK is no good, no bueno.
Oh, okay. I guess Guilty Gear is a Arc Systems Work game. Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue.
Okay, yep.
But then they also
I've heard good things about those.
They've licensed, like they did Fighter Z.
Yeah,
or
Fighter Z.
Fighters.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball. And they did the Persona 4 Fighters games. Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. They did Rolling Thunder as well. It was on the computer. They also did Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Nice.
So they developed that game.
Michael.
Oh, hey.
Woo!
The,
Can I say that the Genesis chiptune like versions of Michael Jackson songs?
they're fire.
They're bops.
Oh yeah. I'm all about it.
In that like 16-bit style is like, ooh, oh, that's my jam.
Oh yeah. Oh, they also did Battletoads.
Oh no shit.
Wow. Okay. They've actually developed quite a bit more than I thought.
That's interesting. Yeah. I could never beat Battletoads. I got stuck on the motorbike like section.
Yeah, I'm not good at Battletoads. I'm not good at video games. I've just accepted that.
I'm not as good as I used to be.
I'm 150 hours into Elden Ring.
Yes.
And I'm basically done. I'm at the end of the last boss there. I've actually beat everybody except for the last boss and Melania. I just haven't made it to Melania. I'm like 3/4 of the way down the tree.
Yeah.
I'm saving her for last.
Okay.
But I'm just like,
see, I would do Melania first. That way, when you like beat the final boss, you just get that end credits.
that's what I'm gonna do.
And like that feeling of like you've done everything, then you beat the final boss, who is easier than those like side bosses you beat.
Right.
You just get that. I beat Melania, and then I beat every other boss that I needed a trophy for.
Yep.
Within 2 hours.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
it's funny. I was looking at like my trophy, the trophy list on Elden Ring, and like I do them in chunks. So there's like I get like 3 trophies within the course of an hour,
and
then like I won't get any for like a few days.
Yeah.
And then I'll get like 4 more.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, which is weird to say. Let me preface this. After about 150 hours playing the game, I don't know if I like it.
Okay. It clearly got its hooks in you.
Yeah, because like all the Souls games do, all the From Software games do. I appreciate the lore of it. I appreciate that they don't shove it in your face and that it takes a little bit of work to discover it. I don't know if I like how there's something about the combat that's not right with it.
Okay.
In that it's too fast. It has the Dark Souls 3 problem.
Right. See, I am on the opposite end. I've never beat Dark Souls 1 or 2. Because they're too slow. Specifically 2. I made it almost to the end of Dark Souls 1.
Well, Dark Souls 2 has a poise problem in that the way you stagger and then regain poise isn't the same as Dark Souls 1.
Yeah.
You really want to dive into the nitty-gritty of what that is. That's like Dark Souls 1 has a very specific way that you regain poise or that you break an enemy's poise so that it's consistent.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 2 does not. And it's completely different. So if you don't like the feel of Dark Souls 2, that's probably why.
Yeah. Which I've like read about it and all that, and like I get it, but I don't like Dark Souls 2.
See, Dark Souls 2 always just felt super easy to me because you just equip a great shield and you're just like, Bep.
Oh, see, that's why. I have never equipped a shield in a Souls game.
Well, so what I do now is about 50% of the time in Elden Ring, I have a shield equipped, and I'm like, why? I never hit L1 ever for anything. So I just end up unequipping it later, and I'm like, well, I don't even put it. I just don't have anything in the left hand.
Oh, see, I did a battle mage build. Like I had a
I
sword
keep
in one hand and my staff in the.
I keep them both in the right hand because I'm not in anything.
Okay.
So I just flip between them, and then it's just easier for me.
Okay.
I've adopted my Destiny approach though about how I have the claw going on.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
I have my 2 fingers, my ring finger and my pinky on the triggers.
Oh my god.
And then, oh my gosh, it's because that's how I can scroll through the D-pad and then keep my thumb on the thing.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's intense.
Like I've seen people do that, but I'm not about that life.
I had to like train myself to do it to play Destiny because the meta on Destiny was so insanely high,
Mhm.
like skill wise, that like to be even average, you had
Yeah.
to be really good. And I was very average.
Yeah.
But my God, it was like a full-time job trying to be good at that game.
And
I'm so glad I had kids and got away from that. Holy shit.
see, man, I will never be that good at any game
No.
because I want to play something else. I like variety. I like going from thing to thing, going like, "Ooh, what's this? Ooh,
Sure.
what's that?" And
Now,
so I never get great at anything.
I wanted to ask you too, moving
Yeah.
on from Elden Ring.
Yeah.
My jury's up. It's a good game. I don't think it's as good as people think it is.
Well, let me just ask, like, what is better?
What do you mean?
Like, what more do you want out of this kind of game?
See, I don't know because here's the thing. If my approach to the game is to try to figure out how to cheese everything, something's wrong.
Is that what you end up doing? Like
Yeah.
cheesing everything?
Well, not necessarily, but I end up being like, what it is nothing seems predictable. What rather 30% of the attacks don't seem predictable in
Mhm.
Elden Ring.
Yeah.
So I end up just saying, well, fuck it. I don't want to deal with the 70% because if I'm just gonna like get one-shotted
Mhm.
by something I didn't see coming,
Yeah.
I want to be able to see it coming and react based on the skill that I have.
Yeah.
Not like, oh my God, I just got not that I have to go grind for 4 hours to raise my vigor to 70
Sure.
only to be able to play the game. Like I just don't want to be able to do that.
Yeah. No, there's some balancing issues for sure.
But it's like the open world seems like a last ditch effort. Like,
Okay.
here we go. This is it. Like, this feels like the end.
Yes, it feels yes. It does. Although I'm not sure it will be because it has been selling ridiculous amounts.
Yeah, but
Like I don't know if like ridiculous amounts.
yeah, it's already, I think, sold more than Dark Souls 3 ever did.
100%. Oh, for sure. Like in the past 3 months it's been out, or has it even been that long? 2 months?
It was March, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Or was
okay.
it February 25th?
It was like the end of February.
I thought it got delayed a little bit further.
Yeah,
It's like March something.
Okay, so let's say 2 to 3 months.
Sure.
The 2 to 3 months it's been out, it has become the best-selling game of the last 12 months.
Yeah, I believe it.
Which includes like a Call of Duty game, which Call of Duty always sells nuts.
So the report from pushsquare.com is that Elden Ring sold more than 13.4 million copies
That is an insane number.
in its first 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's significantly more now.
Yeah.
The new figure is accurate as of March 31st, meaning it's representative of roughly 5 weeks of time on physical and digital shelves. The last we heard, Elden Ring had sold 12 million copies as of the 14th of March. So it's gone another 1.4 million copies between those dates.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's insane. Yeah.
And video games aren't like other forms of media, like records, where there's a reliable source of numbers,
right?
For how many sales, the sales numbers that they have. But you can kind of guesstimate. And somebody did an interesting video, and I can't remember the YouTuber that did it, but they did you can look up Google Trends of certain search terms.
Right.
And when Elden Ring came out, you can type in Elden Ring and then Horizon Forbidden West, right? And Elden Ring comes out and the chart goes way up. And it like kind of trickles down and like, wanes over time.
Sure.
Horizon comes out and it bumps up a little bit. And then it's just basically a flat line.
Yeah.
In relative comparison to this Elden Ring, which is just like,
the timing of Horizon to Elden Ring is so fucking funny, especially when you consider 5 years earlier
Yeah, with
What-
Breath of the Wild.
with Breath of the Wild.
Which I actually think I'm really upset about that because I want to play Horizon.
I liked Horizon. You saw me play.
Yeah, I want to play Forbidden West, right?
Okay.
But I've seen what some of the developers have said,
Mhm.
like in respect to Elden Ring and like the vitriol that they've been spewing towards it,
Yeah.
and it just makes me mad.
Yeah.
And not mad like, oh, I'm so mad at you, but like I don't want to play your fucking game.
Because yeah, they're like, oh, fucking quests, like, oh, the UI and shit. And it's like, I have played a bit of Forbidden West, and they need to tone that fucking like
Yeah.
UI and all that, because it just fills your screen with so much like gobbledygook and like
Well,
quest markers and shit.
So I don't know about you, but with Elden Ring, it actually kind of threw me off when the UI fades. If you don't use stamina or something, it's a fairly minimalist UI as it
Yeah.
is, but it'll fade into the background. But you have the choice to make it permanent.
Yeah.
Which I did.
Oh, you just never have it?
I never have it off.
Oh, you never have it off.
I never have it off. It's always visible. It never
Okay. Oh,
fades
yeah,
away.
yeah.
I always
Alright.
want to be able to see.
Okay, for a second, the way you phrased that, I thought you were like,
No
no UI ever.
No, I have all UI.
Okay, all right,
Um,
all right, that's fair.
But like, I get that some people think it gets cluttered sometimes. It is annoying sometimes if you use a stone sword key and you don't remove the prompt, because then you can attack.
Yeah.
It's just little things like that. But that's so nitpicky of shit.
You know what game has the best? I think like better than Elden Ring and better than Horizon, because it's kind of like halfway between both. Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay, yeah, I've never played it.
It's very good. I like Ghost of Tsushima a lot. I think
Mm.
that's one of my favorite games of whatever year that came out, 2019 or
Last year, I
2020.
thought it was, wasn't it?
I think it was 2020. It was like a month after The Last of Us 2, which was
Okay.
during the pandemic. So yeah, I think 2020.
Did I just see that The Last of Us 2 was like $8 on Amazon?
Oh, I'm sure.
It's just that's a game that's, you want to talk about ideologically driven.
I don't even care about any of that. I just like we talked about The Last of Us 1 being like a really good story.
Yeah.
I thought the ending of The Last of Us 1 was fucking perfect.
Yeah, I thought so too.
And I never wanted to see a sequel. And even if it had no ideological whatevers, I still wouldn't play The Last of Us.
Sure.
But anyway, Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, you're right. It was July 17th, 2020.
There you go.
God, it seems like it was like yesterday.
I know. The last 2 years have been
Fucking clusterfuck.
yes, but Ghost of Tsushima, the way you can set like waypoints or like quest lines, and then it won't like just be like a yellow dot or whatever. What it does is it changes the direction of the wind toward whatever the
Sure, your
goal is.
objective.
Yeah. And so you can just follow the wind. And it's like this naturalistic like thing. And everything in the game is like that. Like a secret, you'll see like a yellow bird fly off in a direction. And if you see a yellow bird fly off in that direction, that means there's a secret over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I do that every day. But
and
in my
or there's
real
like
life.
foxes that also reveal different kinds of secrets.
Okay.
And
So
like
just
different
follow the animals.
yes.
I'm
And
with
like
that.
they each have their own thing and they each make their own noise.
Okay.
So if you're like listening with like headphones or whatever, you'll hear like a "Trrr," and you go, oh, there's a secret over there.
Huh.
And it's all like very built in. And it's like I think I like that better than like Horizon, which is like just like
Yeah.
go here.
It's
Boom.
very video game.
Yeah.
And I think there's been like an ebb and a flow over the past couple of years of these objective waypoint markers and then working the UI into the actual game frame, a la like a Dead Space where everything was, you had no UI and everything was on the character model.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a good one.
That was well ahead of its time.
And I think like Elden Ring goes too far and like the minimalistness of it.
Well, and that's why I keep everything on all the time, because I'm like, I know I'm playing a video game. You don't have to, like, it's not, the game doesn't look nice. Well, I'm also playing it on a PS4. The game doesn't look nice enough cinematically that I'm like, oh man, this looks so good that I have to like stop and appreciate it. No, I'm like, it's a From game. I can see the textures.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I'm getting.
It's fine. Yeah. So I don't know. I think as far as that goes, like Ghost of I, by the way, highly recommend Ghost of Tsushima. I think
Yeah, I need to play it. I also need to play more of Sekiro.
you know, and Ghost of Tsushima has a very similar like aesthetic because they're like feudal Japan,
Right.
to Sekiro. But I think like Ghost of Tsushima can be challenging, but it's not as like kick your teeth in as Sekiro.
Sure.
So actually, that also really appealed to me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There's some games coming up too that are supposed to be okay, and I'm trying to find them, and I cannot. And I had made the note
I don't know what's coming up.
that I wanted to talk about them, and now I can't figure out what they are.
Yeah, I mean, the last couple months have been so like chock full of releases. I actually played another one, which is it's pretty good. I don't know if I'm really getting into it, but it's called Ghostwire Tokyo.
Okay, I've heard about this.
Yeah, it's from I think Shinji Mikami is the director of it, and he's the guy who did like Resident Evil 4.
Okay,
And he's done stuff. He's been around for a while.
the GameCube version.
Yes. Yes. What was that series of GameCube games called?
The Resident Evil
No, Resident Evil 4 was specific because remember that was an exclusive at first
for a time. Yeah.
Yes, and there were like supposed to be 5 GameCube exclusives.
Well,
and most of them came to something else.
Right. There was
Beautiful Joe.
Oh, okay.
4,
I thought you were just talking about the Capcom games.
Yeah, there was like 5 that were all supposed to be GameCube exclusives, and I think 4 out of 5 of them ended up getting onto other platforms.
I believe that.
But when they were announced, they're like, these are GameCube exclusives.
Right.
And I thought there was a name for those 5 games, like Capcom 5, but it was like a specific thing.
Maybe.
Anyway.
The Capcom 5 is apparently what it.
Is that all it's called? I thought there was like
what it says. It's Piano 3.
Okay.
Which actually is one of my favorite GameCube games. It's a side-scrolling like third-person shooter.
That's cool.
Or not a side-scrolling, but like a third-person futuristic shooter. But it has good perspective in it. Beautiful Joe, Resident Evil 4, Dead Phoenix, which
no wonder I forgot that.
Killer 7.
Killer 7. That was the other one I was.
Killer 7 was that cell shaded.
Yeah.
You remember playing Beautiful Joe up at your dad's cabin?
Yeah.
You remember that? Yeah.
I love Beautiful Joe. By the way.
I don't know if that was Beautiful Joe 1 or 2. It must have been 1.
I've only ever played 1.
Apparently 2 is significantly better.
That's what I hear.
Bird.
Oh, okay. I saw a shadow on the there's a reflection on the door behind you.
Yeah. Bird.
Okay.
Freaking birds, man. I'll tell you.
But
I want more cell shaded art style.
Yeah, I really love that the Beautiful Joe studio, Clover, remember them? I think there's something else now. Actually, now that I think about it,
let's see.
Look up what happened to Clover.
Clover Studio was a Japanese video game development studio founded by Capcom.
And whatever happened to that? I think they found another studio. Founded like the guys behind that.
They developed a PlayStation 2 port of Beautiful Joe, both versions of Beautiful Joe 2 for the GameCube and PlayStation 2, and the PS2 titles, literally 2 of the best. Okami and God Hand.
Yep.
Yeah, they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening with Clover was some key members of Clover founded Seeds Inc., merged with ODD
Oppositional Defiance Disorder
in October 2007 to form Platinum Games.
Platinum, that's right. That's where they became.
Yep.
And said, though I think Platinum is struggling. Like Platinum, the leader of Platinum said the other day, like, yeah, we're open to being bought.
Well, they put out something recently that was just shit.
Oh, was it Babylon's Fall? Was that them?
It might be because that came out fairly recently.
Yeah.
And I almost bought it because it was on sale and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. It looks interesting."
Yeah.
It's not.
So the story I read last week was Babylon's Fall had 1 player
Ooh.
on Steam.
Which is not good
Like
for
you can look at how many people are playing at any given time on Steam.
It is, yep.
And it was one person was still playing Babylon's Fall, which came out like 3 weeks ago.
Well, yeah, so it came out March 3rd, 2022, right?
Okay, yeah.
And the reception has just been overwhelmingly negative. However, it's a massively multiplayer online game. They don't work.
Well, God, everyone's jumping on that bandwagon. Like they're trying to be Destiny.
Yeah, but do you remember how bad Destiny was?
Yeah. Oh, it took a minute for them to find their footing.
And not only was how bad it was to start out with, they're into Destiny 2.
Mhm.
They stopped.
With Destiny 1.
And they made Destiny 2 because they were like, oh, fuck. And then Destiny 2 sucked.
But every company tried to have their own thing. You know, remember Anthem?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, it's bad.
I refuse to ever unwrap that $1 copy of Anthem you got.
Yeah, that's right. I found them at Walmart. I bought 2 copies of Anthem for $1 a piece. And the guy asked me if I wanted 2 of the same game. And I was like, they're $1.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I want both of them.
Yep.
$1, that yellow Walmart clearance tag.
Yep.
Because maybe the game is going to be good someday.
No, it won't.
No.
So you remember the BioWare announced like Anthem, they were gonna the Anthem 2.0 update.
Uh-huh.
They have since announced they are no longer working on the Anthem 2.0 update.
Oh no.
Yeah. They straight up said we give up. They said because they sent like 6 people to work on it.
Sure.
And that was it. And they were like, yeah.
Oh, wow. Fairly recently. April 18th is when that announcement came.
No, this was like months ago, 6 months ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't just hear about this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are you sure
There's just more
last year?
Nope. Oh, yeah, it was 2021.
Okay. I was gonna say that sounds more right. It's been a while.
It was canceled, but it was canceled in February. Oh, no kidding. Wow. I'm just hearing about this now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It will never be good.
Anthem will continue to function in its current form.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep.
No shit. So I think that's also just a little sidebar. What makes No Man's Sky so interesting?
Yes. Everyone points to No Man's Sky as like the example of like, oh, see, they turned it around.
Yeah, but.
Right. Yeah. It's that No Man's Sky and Destiny specifically are so like few and far between as far as like these sort of things go.
Right. Well,
in
Destiny was bad for a long time and still isn't great. But what Destiny had, and I'll argue this till I'm blue in the face, Destiny has the best gunplay of any first-person shooter out there.
Yes. Did you hear about what happened with Square Enix this week?
Mm-mm.
Square Enix sold all of their Western developers.
Oh, good for them.
Like because specifically, do you know the Avengers game that came out?
Yeah.
Was it a year and a half ago?
Very okay.
Yep, very okay. From Crystal Dynamics.
Yep.
The team behind those recent Tomb Raider
Tomb Raider. Yep.
Tomb Raider games. Yeah. Which are pretty good. Actually, I really like those games. That game lost $200 million.
What?
$200 million.
Square Enix published that game?
Yes.
No shit.
Yes. They own Crystal Dynamics.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, so they developed and published that game.
Yes.
Weird.
And they lost $200 million on that.
On the Avengers game?
Yes. On the Avengers game. They had the Avengers license.
Yeah.
The highest grossing movie of all time.
I just don't think it translates to,
I agree. Clearly it doesn't.
I said that a long time ago, and I just.
But I
stand
think
by
it could, because Batman, like there were bad Batman games until there weren't.
Okay, so here's the difference. I want to be Batman. I just want to watch Iron
Oh, see, I think there could be a good Iron Man game,
Man.
much in the same way that there's like good Spider-Man games.
I'd like to watch them.
Did you play the most recent Spider-Man game?
I have a little bit, not a ton of it.
I really love that game.
Yeah, it is. I get it, but I still think Spider-Man's a whole different thing. Spider-Man is a focused superhero, right?
Yeah.
But the Avengers is too like.
Oh, I agree with that. Though, you know what was really critically well liked?
What's that?
That just came out last year, like in September, I think. Also developed by Square Enix. Specifically Eidos Montreal, I think. You know, it was the team behind like Deus Ex.
Good track record, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Deus Ex. Little
yeah.
side note.
Well, I'm going to circle back to the story in a second.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was really well reviewed.
I have not played it.
It's because no one did. That movie or that game also lost $70 million.
It came out on my birthday last year. No shit.
Yeah. I've thought about playing it. It's on Game Pass.
It's cheap. You can buy it for $20.
Yeah. Well, it goes to show like it did not sell. Like that just came out like 6 months ago.
Yeah, October 26, 2021. Less than a year ago. No shit.
Yeah. And by all accounts, it's really good. But for some reason, Square Enix just fucks up the like marketing or the something doesn't. They just don't get it.
Something's up with Square Enix. Like they haven't been good in about 15 years.
Well, I would almost disagree because I actually like some of their like Japanese stuff.
Sure,
like,
but I think they're
Dragon Quest.
I think they need to stay there.
That's what they just like 2 weeks ago. The CEO of Square Enix said we are like gonna start focusing specifically on Japanese development.
Good.
What people? Yes.
Thank God.
Jesus. Because you know what games were profitable for them?
Dragon Quest,
Final Fantasy VII Remake, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, which by the way, Kingdom Hearts 3 is whatever.
It's the Sonic 2 of video games.
I love Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, you shill.
Whatever.
Whatever.
I don't fucking care.
The Kingdom Hearts game. But simple and clean. Oh, I don't care what you say. I'll get naked to that song.
Can I just say, like, I'm not a huge Skrillex fan, but he did the Kingdom Hearts 3 opening.
Oh.
And it's a jam. It's a bop.
Is it simple and clean though?
No, it's a new song from the same singer though. As Simple and Clean.
Oh, really?
Utada Hikaru.
With Skrillex?
With Skrillex, yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's called Face My Fears, and it's a jam.
Look at the lyrics. The one just came up.
Perfect.
Tell you what they can't see.
Yeah, it's all in kanji.
Wingdings. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, it's all in Japanese letters. Perfect.
I can read that.
I mean, I could do the whole lyric. I love Simple. Like I played Kingdom Hearts 1 to fucking death.
I don't know any of the lyrics. I just go.
Oh yeah.
And then the bass drops.
Yeah. The bass drop in Face My Fears. Oof. That's a jam. Anywho.
I'll find that on the break.
So Square Enix sold they sold Crystal Dynamics, they sold Eidos, and all the IP involved with those.
Really?
Deus Ex, Tomb Raider, Legacy of Kain, whatever else they had. There's a lot of them.
And you know what? Good, finally, because I think those are all dead franchises.
I mean, Tomb Raider had a recent revival that was somewhat successful.
Yeah, but I think people are tired of it.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily mean can you make a good game with this IP? I mean, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I hope the Embracer Group is who bought all these things. But I hope they revive some of like the dormant ones, like Legacy of Kain.
Sure.
Yeah,
Soul
like
Reaver.
Yeah, Like do something weird with that.
I
That'd be
want
cool.
weird. If
Yeah.
you're gonna do it, balls to the wall. Put your nutsack against the grain. I want to see exactly what. Like I want a Legacy of Kain game in the essence of God of War.
like the recent reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just do it like really like totally new, totally like different, but like sort of keep the same like aesthetics and like yes,
Just
I
keep
agree,
it true to what it
100%.
is, but
100%.
just do it.
Yep.
And you know what?
Just modernize, just like bring it to like current gen standards.
Yeah, but don't even think. Don't think about it.
Yeah.
Like don't overthink it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Um,
You got to be an underthinker.
Yeah.
You got to be
So-
yeah. So, but I think video games have gone much the way of movies in that these big AAA games, they just don't exist anymore. They exist in a very small number, and then there's a bunch of small things.
I do think the A space has come back because I think that
Really?
yes, like not the AAA, like because AAA games never went away.
Mhm.
Like those are but I think like there was a recent Destroy All Humans remake that did really well.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah. And like it's clearly not like the biggest budget. It's like THQ makes these games. They remastered Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Oh, yeah, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked that game before it was remastered.
And there's a lot of that happening.
Yeah.
Just sort of like weird like not the biggest budget, but like
Well, I think that's part of the issue too, is that the budget is too high for these games. Like the Avengers game, like what are you doing? How do you stand to lose $200 million? Because I could go pay 3 college kids to make me an Avengers game that would be almost as good, if not better.
well,
For
that's
$40
what
bucks. So
what was the guy who led PlayStation? Sean Layden.
Yeah.
That's what he said when he left. He's no longer the lead of PlayStation. I think he's working at like a social media company now. But like he's like, listen, like AAA games are too expensive and too long.
Right.
What we need to do is if we want to maintain this like quality of like graphics and stuff, is make like these shorter, like instead of 25-hour experiences, make them like 8-hour experiences.
No, I'm with that.
Yep. Me too. I was like,
Fuck yeah.
Sean Layden.
Yeah.
Why are you leaving?
And you know what? If it's successful and people like it, put out DLC or put out a sequel.
Yes.
So
Sorry, this just reminded me. Have you seen do you know Jim Ryan, the current head of Sony PlayStation?
no.
I want to just pull up a picture of him holding a controller real quick.
Okay.
Do
Oh my God.
you see this shit?
That's
Do you see this? Do you see this motherfucker? Hold on, let me pull it up for the people.
He looks like those shrunken heads. He looks like one of those shrunken heads.
Like mid-process.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look at that shit. Look at him hold that controller. Ooh, that is clearly someone who has never played a video game in his fucking life.
Tilted down.
I love listening to Jim Ryan talk about like video games because it's like it's so like market speak. Like I'm playing the new open world adventure game from Guerrilla Games, Horizon Forbidden West. Like it's like so fucking like that's how people talk.
That's gross. But that's the problem with a lot of these things is they've become so like formulaic that they're just not fun. But anyways,
I think anyway, sorry. I think on the other end of the spectrum, you have someone who has played video games but talks out of both sides of his mouth. It's Phil Spencer.
Yeah.
On Xbox, because Phil Spencer can talk about games and like, so people have like, oh yeah, like see, he's one of us, but he's just so fucking not. Because then he'll say something and then like 2 months later they'll be like, yeah, we're doing the opposite. So anyway,
tell Lavelle to go get us food.
Lavelle, go get us food.
Pizza. There we go.
Oh, he said he's going to get it hot and ready. Be right back. He already said that before you texted him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I just texted the word pizza.
Yeah, good. Thanks, Lavelle. Yeah, make sure.
Hell yeah.
Let's wrap up so we can unlock the door.
All right,
All right.
this has been your weekly dose of PCP. I'm Dan. That's Austin. Thank you for tuning in. If you would like and subscribe on Facebook and Twitter, and I don't fucking know what the fuck. Done.
Yeah, that's how this is set.
Hot and ready.
Hot and ready. Pizza.
Yeah.
Woo!
Domestic abuse.
No one knows what you're talking about there.
No. You work it.
Yeah, she's actually the one person in our audience.
Oh.